So do you want to get promoted or not? This is all what matters. This is everything. Everything that matters is this. You hear people, I have the best wonder kids. I can give you transfer budgets of hundreds, dozens of millions and so on. But when they give you a call, I have this budget, giant budget. I can do this, I can do that. But I don't need your stadium expansion. I don't need your wonder kids. I don't need your scouting budgets or transfer budgets and so on. These are enablers. Of course, they are important. But do you want to get promoted or not? This is what you need to discuss with your board. If your board wants and they have the ambition, that very famous speech by Mourinho about football heritage, it's the same thing. Does the board want to get promoted? Or they don't. That's it. That's the discussion. Exciting times ahead, boys and girls, because we haven't done a job hunting episode since a long time. But if you are still here, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like. And then we can continue our story. So, if you remember, I had a powwow with my agent, or let's say my friend, some guy that kind of knows how things work in Italia, helped me a little bit with the business side of things. If you are a manager and you're earning quite a hefty sum of money, Italian Serie C can bring you somewhere around 2k euro net per month. So, you can pay your rent and maybe eat once a month. Then, of course, I had this discussion and, he gave me some options, promised me some things. Now, I don't know if I can trust him 100% on his promises. Of course, I can trust him more than the clubs that I'm looking forward to manage. Because you can see here, we are 3 December 2023. 6 months, no job, no salary, still in Busto Arsizio, maybe moving up to the north. I cannot afford, after having a job of 2 years at Pro Patria, to, rent a place, or I don't even want to think about getting a mortgage in Milano or something like this. It is impossible, I'm like a poor peasant still. So, to get to be a pope, to get to Milano or Roma or Firenze, it's going to be a long, long way. So let me get this straight and let me show you which are the clubs with which I had a discussion in these 6 months, and why did we stop here, what are the options, and where are we in this job hunting. First club was Ascoli from Serie C B. They remained without a manager after sacking Alessandro Nesta, poor Nesta, and they offered me something. After an interview, I asked a lot of things in the interview. I asked them to increase the transfer budget, which they did. I didn't ask them to increase the wage budget because I thought that it was quite good. If you remember our past discussion, they want to reach the playoff, and they want to, challenge for a Serie C B playoff place, which, well, I don't think it's enough ambitious. Of course, they have quite a decent squad. A few games into the season, I had to bring them up from the close to relegation zone, so I didn't think that in terms of squad and sporting experience it will be a big step forward from managing Pro Patria. I need to show you something that happened with Pro Patria after I received this offer from Ascoli and I rejected it. Pro Patria took as a manager Andrea Mandorlini as the guy to replace me, and he started the season not very good. I was looking at the squad. They don't have loan-ins, so no loanees. They only have some free transfers and some guys from the second team, from the under 20s, under 18s, so the squad is quite thin, and I don't think that they will be able to fight for the first places. A playoff spot will be quite a very good achievement with the squad that they have. So Andrea Mandorlini managed to keep the 12 or 13 players that we still had under contract, so the quality is certainly lower than what we had last season, so I don't see them higher than a mid-table, or maybe a 10th place or 9th place to reach the playoffs with a new manager. I don't know who will be the new manager of Pro Patria after Andrea Mandorlini, as you could see, was already sacked. After this, there were some rumors regarding Südtirol. Of course, Südtirol is the team that won the playoff. If you remember from our last episode, they were to play the final against Catanzaro, the team that managed to defeat us. So Südtirol managed to win, and they after I think 11 matches, they had only 5 points in Serie B, last place. And to me, I don't think that they have the potential to remain in Serie B. It will be a bit lower in my list, but why not? I mean, I was here in the rumors list as second after Martin De Michelis. So, and the only club that was really interesting for me from Serie C was Vicenza, newly relegated, if you want. They managed to sack a manager when they were in 12th position, and after 4 games with the assistant manager or caretaker in charge, they managed to climb up the table to 5th position. So if you can see here, Delio Rossi takes the team in 5th position in Serie C8. For me, this was probably the most interesting club in Serie C, because they have quite a stable financial situation, quite a good wage budget, and I think you can get automatic promotion directly, and I think that you are kind of guaranteed stay in Serie B if you know how to play your cards, which players to bring in, what tactic to use, and so on. I think that you can stay in Serie B for a while with this Vicenza club. So this was probably the most tempting one from the Serie C clubs, but we had 2 more that kind of remained there as the 2 main options, and one of them is Monza. Monza, of course, not the same as in real life. They offered me an interview, went through the interview, and they want to go through promotion in Serie B, but I didn't see that much of ambition. They have a lot of insecurities and a lot of issues with their financials, and we will need to sort those out somehow. And the other one, it is Benevento. Benevento offered an interview because they lost their manager, and I will go through Benevento's situation a little bit later. But let me show you this. Let's go back to Football Manager 3rd of December, yeah, so 6 months without a job. And this is the Serie B league table, yeah. We see Südtirol here after 15 matches, 6 points, only 6 points. So they managed to win 1, and against Monza, 3 draws, 1 of them against Benevento. And if we are going to Monza, what we will see? We see that they have a good squad, above average squad. If we are going to the wages, they have a couple of players, Leonardo Mancuso, which they will need to sell because they are in a perilous financial position, if I pronounce that correctly. I remind you that I'm not a native English speaker. And then Gaston Ramirez, Uruguayan, 33 years old. I think he's quite good, and I don't get why they are selling him. Of course, 1 million per year is probably a lot. Luca Mazzitelli, and so on and so on. Andrea Berberis, Davide Dio, Patrick Churia already leaving, and so on and so on. So there are some good players, good squad, but the financial situation is not great. 13th position, a lot of potential. To remind you, automatic promotion places from Serie B are 1st and 2nd, then 3rd to 8th place, so 6 teams are going through a playoff. Of course, there are prizes here compared to Serie C. You get 2.5 million euros for promotion, which is quite a big amount, but of course you're going to Serie A, which, you know, it's filled with teams like Juventus and AC Milan. The other opportunity came from Benevento, and Benevento is a whole other thing if you are asking me. If we go by wage budget, highest wage is Artur Ionica, central midfielder from Moldova, then Marco Piazza, Kalebe Kuban, strikers, Croatia and Ghana, Kamil Glik, Polish central defender. He used to play for Monaco and Torino, and also in his youth to Real Madrid. Jesus Vallejo, coming directly from Real Madrid, central defender, Spanish, very, very good. There is a squad, there is a quite significant squad. Now, we have offers. I showed you these two teams last because I have offers from both of them. Monza is offering the same wage as Benevento, 193k. That's not important. What is important is the transfer budget, 190k, and the wage budget of 898, which I think can be stretched up to 10 million or something like this, which is anyway in the first half of Serie B, maybe even top 6, top 7, top 8, something like this. Of course, I'm okay with any of these. Develop players using club youth system, sign Italian players, sell players before buying, and so on. So they want in the next, let's say, 5 years, 4.5, 5 years to work towards and then gain automatic promotion to the Serie A. But if we go to Benevento, we have quite a different situation. And regarding the discussion that we had earlier, if the board really wants you to promote and to fight for promotion and really has your back, you know, they are giving you the resources, and not only the resources, because the resources are just enablers, are totally just enablers. Pep talk at the beginning is 100% something that I believe in, and these are enablers, but they need to be behind you with any decision. One transfer that you need to do, getting rid of a player, all of these things, increasing wage budget or decreasing wage budget and increasing transfer budget. You need to change the stuff if you want. You need to be able to scout, to have a good scouting range. Depending on your strategy and depending on the position that you are during the season, they need to have your back. They are giving us a transfer budget of 2.7 million. Now with 2.7 million, without any kind of bravada, we are able to buy all the team of Pro Patria. Then a wage budget of 22.45. This is about double what Monza, or more than double what Monza is offering. So this is really a budget that you can use to fight for promotion in Serie B. Of course, in Serie A, this kind of budget will be a little bit low, but we are looking at the Benevento competitions. Yeah, they are kind of a yo-yo team. They got promoted in 2016 from Serie C, and then from there they got in the first season in Serie A, then relegated, still Serie B, then Serie A 18th place, then Serie A 19th place last season. So they really want to be much better than this 20th place, 18th place, 19th place. This should be, you need to break the cycle. You don't promote and then get relegated the next season directly. You need to break this cycle. This is what I think this should be the strategy and the long-term goal. Long-term, I'm talking about maybe 3 years from now. If we're looking at Monza and Benevento, they are kind of in the same place, but Benevento has a lot more backing from the board, a lot more support, and quite frankly a better squad. If we are looking at the schedule, we have a January which is pretty much match free for about 20 days, free to go and check out the transfer market. A lot of space to rebuild and have the squad, and we are able to build through the summer for next season, and we are able to fight for promotion then and gain automatic promotion. That would be great, and I think they will be happy also. Now, Peasant to Pope, it's a large, very large step forward, a lot of responsibility, a lot of focus, and becoming a real target for everyone. All the media will be right there watching you because, you know, a wage budget of 22.45 million, it's about the third or fourth in Serie B. So it's really somewhere, someone that has a lot of attention. A yo-yo team, so a team recently relegated from Serie A lot of fans and a lot of pressure. Very big step forward, but this is why we are here. So Peasant to Pope, welcome to Serie B. Very acceptable terms. I'm also happy.